Our next contestant hails originally from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She's a national amateur champion, and this is her third Miss Olympia contestant. She's in 15th place after preliminaries. Please welcome contestant number 8, Lisa Lorio.
Mario, there's the board on Lisa Lorio from San Diego, California, originally from Baton Rouge. And she squeaks in to these finals. She ranked 15th.
She really does, and I think she has it based on her character. She just shines through.
If you're going to list her strengths, symmetry has to be one of them. Explain to our viewers what symmetry is.
Definitely, symmetry means the equal development of muscles. You cannot just come into the show with big shoulders and arms. You also have to have the legs and the calves. Everything has to match. And Lisa has a very small waist, a good sweep in her thighs and shoulders, so she has a very good symmetry.
Now, she tells us that she also considers one of her strengths to be femininity. And that's a growing wave in women's bodybuilding.
That's right, and Lisa's routine is very dancey. That's very entertaining.
Married to Steve Winterstrom, who is a familiar name in the physique world because he's the editor of Women's Physique World magazine, so she's got it in the family. Very upbeat routine for Lisa, a bright smile.
That's right.
Very artistic. You know what she does in San Diego? She's a probation officer.
Really?
Yeah, you don't fool around with this probation officer. She was a juvenile officer in Baton Rouge for 5 years.
That's right. I think I remember her telling me that she wants to go and study further in law enforcement.
This is her third Ms. O, Mario.
And she has improved very much from last year.
She finished 11th last year.
She particularly built up her legs a little bit, and the only fault that I can see might be that her definition might not be the best.
Maybe a little soft. Maybe a little soft. Are we picky or what? Lisa Lorio, and she's going to hold tight for another pose. Wave goodbye. Off the stage she goes. Let's go downstage to Carla Dunlap.
Our next competitor chooses to train at home instead of at the big gym and is the star of ESPN's Body Shaping. She finished third in the 1990 Miss Olympia and second in the 1991 Miss International and is looking for a first here tonight. Currently in 8th place from Bad Wimpfen, Germany, Miss Anja Schreiner.
There's the board on Anja Schreiner. She is from Germany. She's 5'7", 132 pounds, 24 years old. And we talked about Lisa being feminine. This lady right here might be the leader in femininity of the current Ms. Olympia competitor.
Anja is beautiful. And I think that out of all the competitors, she has the closest to perfect symmetry and structure.
No wonder she's one of the most popular guest posers in the world. And folks, Anja Schreiner will tell you, she'll say it right to your face, I don't want to get any bigger.
That's right.
This is what God gave me. This is what I'm working with. I'm going to be symmetrically perfect. And I think she is.
She is.
A graceful, dramatic poser, working with original music.
Her hobbies include dancing too, so that's where she gets the confidence for performing here.
You will see her dance background coming up here.
Here we go.
She's the epitome of lean symmetry.
And she's so graceful in her movements.
I said she's from Germany, Mario, but she's now living in Los Angeles. The lady is smart. She knows where to be for this sport.
She knows where the opportunities are, and she's just moving now after this competition.
Right. And of course, she's very much a part of ESPN. Because she's a part of the body shaping show on ESPN. She's just a beautiful lady. Beautiful blonde hair against her tan skin.
She pays attention to details. Look at the last spread. She has a beautiful back.
But tell me, can symmetry and symmetry alone and femininity win the Ms. Olympia title?
Well, I don't know, Joe. In this case, Anya looks better now than at prejudging. At prejudging, she looked a little bit flat. So maybe the bigger girls have a lead on her because of that.
Well, that's an interesting observation, because out of prejudging, she finished 8th, and that's not a really strong position to be in if you want to win this title.
No, it's not, and particularly since last year she took 3rd place. I'm amazed at the gracefulness of her.
Very dramatic music and the routine to match. I think they really like her. She's got to be pleased, because this is her strongest round so far. The 1991 Ms. Olympia from the historic Shrine Auditorium continues right after we take this time out. We have more of the top competitors coming up next. Stay with us.
Our next athlete hails from Melbourne, Australia, where she was 6 times an undefeated world powerlifting champion and the first woman to bench press 300 pounds. In the Miss Olympia contest, she has 3 third-place finishes and placed 2nd last year. She is in 1st place right now after the prejudging round. Please welcome owner of Bev Francis' Gold Gym, Miss Bev Francis.
Bev Francis from Long Island, New York. Mario, obviously the judges were looking for muscularity in the prejudging this year.
They must have been, because Bev is the most muscular I've ever seen her.
She is far and away the most thick and dense lady out there, and I mean that in the most complimentary form. She also, year after year, keeps herself in top shape and competing. We asked her why, year in and year out, she does this.
I want to win the competition. That's why I keep coming back. And because I feel I can be better. If I didn't feel I could be any better, if I felt that I brought my body to its peak and its limit, then I'd be happy to step out. But, you know, I want to get as much as I can out of my body. And, of course, I'd love to win the show.
You know, anybody who was just tuning in when I said she's the most dense and thick person out there, I would wonder if they understand what I mean. It's the ultimate compliment, because she is the most muscular. But Mario, something that she has been realized, and she's been sensitive about the fact that, symmetrically speaking, she hasn't been the top. She's working on that now.
That's right. Her body is very muscular, and the only thing that she always needs to work on year after year is just improving her symmetry.
She is the owner of 7 world championships, 6 titles in powerlifting. In fact, she is the first woman to bench 300 pounds, and I'll give you the exact number. She benched 331 pounds several years ago. She was never defeated in powerlifting. She has been defeated in bodybuilding, and it bugs her.
Yeah, she retired from powerlifting. Undefeated. Amazing. I don't know what to say. Her muscularity just amazes me.
I think she brings the same intensity to bodybuilding that she brought to powerlifting. And she couldn't find a better place to work out. She owns her own Gold Gym in Long Island. Bev Francis, folks, is number one. Number one right now. Those arms are extremely thick. She finished first after prejudging. Oh, you want something else? In 1977, she was the record holder in the shot put. Oh, the girl does it all. This is her sixth Mizzo, and that's as good as it gets right there. And she knows it, too. Look at the confident look by Bev Francis.
Here's her signature pose.
Finished as high as second in 1990. She is hungry for the title, and she's milking her routine right now. Standing tall. That's her husband. Her husband is cheering her on, and he's not the only one who's cheering her on. He is her biggest fan. Bodybuilding today, it exists largely because of the vision of just a handful of people. Watch as Weider Health and Fitness presents the evolution of the sport.
When you think of the history of bodybuilding, two names seem to always come up: Ben and Joe Weider. These two brothers have spent their careers building up the image of the sport around the world, in the gym, on the stage, and in the press. In 1946, they formed the International Federation of Bodybuilding, an organization Ben still heads. In 1965, Joe created the Mr. Olympia contest, an event that helped make superstars out of Arnold Schwarzenegger and reigning champion Lee Haney. Joe Weider's introduction of the Ms. Olympia contest in 1980 gave women's bodybuilding much-needed credibility, and today it remains the premier women's bodybuilding event in the world.
I hope this event will inspire each and every one here and throughout the world to reach the absolute best they can possibly be in the realm of physical fitness and self-improvement.
Our 1991 Ms. Olympia will continue after this. Don't go away. We have several more that want to take the title away from Linda. Stay with us. Another chapter of the Ms. Olympia unfolds tonight from the Shrine Auditorium. Let's go back downstage. Jake.
Since I've already said thanks, now let's move to our next contestant, who weighs in at 70 kilos at a height of 172 centimeters, or for us Americans, 154 pounds at 5 feet 8 inches. For those of you who haven't yet converted to the metric system. From Rimini, Italy, the 1988 Italian champion, Claudia Montemaggi.
Claudia Montemaggi, she's been training for 7.5 years. She's been competing for 6. She's 5'8", 154 pounds. That's a very heavy lady.
She's a very muscular lady.
She's got great height. 5'8" is among the tallest. I believe the tallest ever to compete was Dorothy Herndon at 5'10".
5'10", that's correct. Interesting posing here.
Very interesting posing. But if you want to show off your midsection and your sweep, that's a great shot. And I think she's showing her thighs, too. Her symmetry and her balance is her strength, though, Mario.
That's right. She has a very symmetric development. And again, maybe the only thing I can say is that maybe the definition in her lower body isn't quite up to par to some of the other competitors.
There's a nice handstand. This is her first visit to the United States. What a way to come to our country. She has seen, read, heard about the Mizzo all her life. And here she is, many thousands of miles from home, in front of a strange audience in a strange land, and she's going to show off what she's got.
And what a thrill to compete in your first Miss O.
In fact, this is flat out her pro debut. She's never been in a professional bodybuilding competition. She finished second in the Italian Grand Prix this year, second to Tanya Knight.
That's right. That was held in Italy in front of her home audience.
And by the way, you might be asking, where is Tanya Knight? That's a nice split by Claudia Montemaggi. Tanya Knight hurt her knee in her competition at the American Gladiators and decided that if she couldn't do any leg work, standing next to Linda Murray without any leg preparation would not be the best for her career. She chose not to show.
So you cannot come to the Miss O if you know that you are not able to prepare properly. The competition is too tough.
Well, that's why Tanya Knight isn't here. But Claudia Montemaggi, who finished second to Tanya in the Italian Grand Prix, is here. She is one of 2 Italians who have made it to the top 15. That is a plus for the country. This is beautiful. Can we get a wide shot? Look at that.
Oh, here's an interesting finish. Ooh. That's flexibility, Joe. Whoever said that bodybuilders are stiff?
You used to do some of this, Mario Celine.
Not quite that much.
Outstanding. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Let's go back downstage. Jake and Carla.
And from Holland, Hanny van Aken. Well, we'll go from Scottsdale, Arizona, Miss Jackie Paisley.
There you go. Jackie Paisley is next up. She's 5'7", 155 pounds, 29 years old, and you know what? Scottsdale and Phoenix is becoming a hotbed with Sandy Riddell and Jackie Paisley.
There's a lot of good bodybuilders coming out from there.
Nice start to her routine with a countdown of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she's ready to deliver. Training for 8 years, competing for as many. This corporate nutritionist from the Gold's Gym in Scottsdale is ready to try to take the title.
Jackie's routines are always the most innovative in the show.
She is going to have to deliver an innovative routine because she did not do well in the prejudging and she was not happy with the prejudging.
That must be a disappointment for Jackie because she's used to placing in the top 6.
Boy, you're right, Mario. Look at that routine. I knew we were getting a bodybuilding competition. I didn't know we were getting a gymnastics lesson. This is beautiful.
Jackie is great.
You're getting several shows in one tonight, folks. She's really, really a pretty lady as well. And that's one of the reasons why she works on videos. She's very popular.
Her movements are very poetic.
Now, Jackie, to show her artistry, she helped compose her music. She hired synthesizers. Listen to this. Computer discs, a drum machine. She supervised this.
And you can even expect more from her.
Well, if you want a bond between a bodybuilder and her music, you've got it right here.
she plays a cello herself. Did you know that?
Is that right? Look at that routine. Look at that routine. There is dance. This is her third Mizzo. She finished 5th in 1990, 4th in 89. She won the 1987 USA. She won the 89 Arnold. She has a track record that's among the elite in bodybuilding. But can she overcome poor prejudging? That's what she has to do right now.
The thing is, Joe, that Jackie is known for extreme definition from previous years. And this year she's a little bit fuller, maybe not quite as ripped. And that might take the points down with the judges' scores.
Jackie Paisley, everybody! I think she helped herself. I believe she raised her stock just a bit.
I think so, too.
Our 1991 Ms. Olympia competition will continue from Los Angeles right after this break.
What do we do?
Our next contestant is a top international competitor, now training at Gold's Gym in Venice, Connie Van Aken.
Connie Van Aken. As Jake mentioned, she is training in Venice at Gold's Gym. She's originally from Holland, and she was raised in Germany. So, folks, you are seeing one international bodybuilder. Mario, what are her strengths? I mean, she's been around a little while now.
She has very good quality muscle. And
Quality muscle?
Quality muscle, very thickly put together. And I think that's because she's a very seasoned trainer. She's been training for many, many years. And when she finally made her pro debut last year, I think she was very, very happy. And now she's just going out for it.
She's a personal trainer, been training for 12 years. This is her second Ms. What are her weaknesses?
She might, again, not be quite as defined as Bev Francis and Laura Cravel, but she's definitely up there.
Well, she was less than impressive in the prejudging. So we're not saying that this is 1/3. It counts 1/3 here. So this is really, if you're going to make a move, this is where you have to do it.
This is where you have to do it.
Two-time Miss World, Connie Van Aken, in 1987, and in 1988, she was Miss World. She is finished, folks. Without the hardware of these hard bodies, there would not be this type of an event very possible. Cybex brings you 20th century Southern California is hopping, folks, because the Ms. Olympia is in town. The 12th annual Ms. O from the Shrine Auditorium. Hey, if you're looking for the perfect game, the perfect shot, the perfect body, the perfect place is ESPN Wednesday nights for ladies pro bowling, plus major championship action in billiards, and of course, bodybuilding. Coming up Wednesday, October 16th, the Columbia 300 Bowling Open at 9:30, U.S. Open Men's Billiards, and at 10:30, the NPC Women's Junior Nationals Bodybuilding. We have but two bodybuilders left. Let's go back downstage.
Hot off her first professional win in the Jantana Classic, contestant number 14 owns her own wallpapering business and enjoys water skiing. Her dream is to be successful in bodybuilding so that she can be a role model for others. She's in 10th place right now. From Tustin, California, Miss Sue Gaffner.
Sue Gaffner is just a little thing. She's 5'2½". I wouldn't say that to her face, though, just a little thing. She's 120 pounds of hard muscle. At 28 years old, she's been a relatively, Mario, late bloomer. She started at the age of 24, so she really is just in her 20s, has developed bodybuilding as a sport.
That's right, and she comes into this show from winning a pro competition earlier this summer.
She starts in a cradle position, opens up. What is she trying to show off here?
I think she's trying to show off her femininity and symmetry. She's moving very gracefully, playing with emotions.
She told me yesterday after prejudging that her strength is overall. I mean, there is not one body part. It is the overall, and just as you mentioned, the symmetry, and I think that's what she has to do here on stage.
That's right, Joe.
There you go.
When you think that she's going against Linda Murray, who's over 150 pounds.
Right. That's exactly right. So she gives over 30 pounds to Linda Murray and the Sandy Riddells and the Bev Francises. So weight-wise, she is in the lighter class, but that doesn't necessarily mean she's at a disadvantage. Been married for 9 years. Her husband Eric is here to cheer her on. Very beautiful girl. She has, you know, on the stage, look at the smile. She has such an infectious smile, and it's to her benefit.
Her smile makes you feel happy.
It does. It really does. Oh, but do you know, Mario, what she's going through? Months and months of dieting. Of course you know.
I do.
She has to smile up there after all these weeks of depriving herself.
That's right, but she knows that after this is over, she can take a little vacation and eat a little bit of fun things again.
Not necessarily in that order. It's eat first, then vacation. Look at her, come along, she says. She's going to get down with some rock and roll.
She's a good poser. I saw her guest pose in Honolulu a couple of weeks ago, and she brought the house down there.
Well, she has made great progress in her career. As I say, she's only been training for 4 years. This is her first Ms. O. And she's representing herself well. At the age of 28, she's got several years of competition in her. This is invaluable, this kind of stage presence, this kind of pressure that she's under. There's a good shot of the back. Sometimes to have the hair hanging down is not to an advantage. You want to see those shoulders, and she's hiding it.
That's right. She probably thinks that at the pre-judging she already showed her muscularity more, and here she just concentrates on the artistic part of it.
This is beautiful. Speaking about the artistic part of it, we're seeing it.
Nice.
Oh, there she is.
Nice. Look at that smile.
Beautiful. That's Sue Gaffner from Houston, California. And she gets a terrific response from the crowd at the Shrine Auditorium. Let's continue with Carla and Jake.
Originally from England and now training at Strong and Shapely Gym in Edgewater, New Jersey. Our next competitor is a 1989 national champion who also competed in track and field for 10 years. She's a personal trainer and is in 5th place. Please welcome Sharon Marvell.
Mario, Sharon Marvel from Edgewater, New Jersey. And that is her last name. How appropriate, because she is a marvel. I think she came out of nowhere. If you're going to pick a year and you say the surprise in '89 was Sandy Riddell, the surprise last year was Linda Murray, the surprise this year, I believe, is Sharon Marvel. She comes out of nowhere, literally, and finishes 5th after prejudging.
She is in superb condition.
She is not the heaviest, not the tallest, but her legs and her symmetry are tops. 5'3", 135 pounds. She's been training and competing for 6 years. A personal trainer who ran
Look at those legs.
Yeah, there's
Check out
the
the
strength.
legs.
You're right. Check out those legs.
Here we go. Look at the definition.
That's terrific.
That is unbelievable. Sharon is in shape.
She's in the best shape of her life, she says, and she was encouraged by yesterday's prejudging, and why not be?
She did very well. She actually looked to me as the most shredded, most defined woman out there, and today she looks very sharp. Her posing is
Here we
very...
go.
Here we go. That's it. The audience always loves...
Nice shot, gang.
The audience always loves her leg posing.
Is it safe for me to say that Sharon is a smaller version of Linda Murray?
I think you're right, Joe.
Really?
I think you are.
And again, that's not taking anything away from her. Being a smaller version of Linda Murray is a compliment. She can take advantage of that.
Nice posing.
Wow! Sharon Marvel! She has thrilled the audiences over the last 2 days of the Miss Olympia. What do you think, folks? Do you believe in the world? Mario Celine and Joe Fowler joining you from our bird's eye view of this stage. Well, we have seen all 15. Do you have a favorite, Mario?
Oh, Joe, that's so hard because I know all these ladies personally. I want them all to win. But based on their shape and their performance, I think the top 3 in my mind should be Linda Murray, Laura Crevel, and Sharon Marvel.
Okay, well, if people here, those 3 that you mentioned, can do as well as some of the winners of the past, they'd be doing themselves proud. Among those winners of the past, do you remember the name Rachel McLeish? That's right, from Texas. She stunned the world many years ago. Take a look.
1980 marked an important year for women's bodybuilding, for on August 30th in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the world was introduced to the Ms. Olympia contest, and in turn, the show's first winner, Rachel McLeish. Rachel brought to the sport a unique blend of muscle and beauty, style and grace, and a charisma that attracted the everyday woman to the sport of bodybuilding, whether they wanted to look like her or win like her. Rachel set the standard that women strove to attain. Not content to just win bodybuilding contests, Rachel was the first to preach the bodybuilding lifestyle through books and videos and led the fitness craze mainstream as a spokesperson for holiday health spas. Today, Rachel is an accomplished actress in both television and feature films. It is her unique ability to portray women as secure in their strength and beauty that has made Rachel McLeish the role model of women worldwide.
Accomplished actress in both television and feature films, it is her unique ability to portray women as secure in their strength and beauty that has made Rachel McLeish the role model of women worldwide. It is with great pleasure and honor that I present bodybuilding's Lifetime Achievement Award to the first Miss Olympia of the sport, Ms. Rachel McLeish McDish.
Rachel, I consider it a great honor that I've been chosen to give you this Lifetime Achievement Award. The reign wasn't too long as Miss Olympia, but it sure electrified the sport. And I'm so proud the way you upheld the spirit and the character of our sport. I'm sure that all the bodybuilders all over the world appreciate what you've done for us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was a very warm reception. It's been a long time since I've been on the Miss Olympia stage. And I have so many people to thank. Joe Weider, of course, being one of them. And all of you have meant so much to me, because without you, I never would have done it. Nobody succeeds by themselves. Coming from a very small town in Texas, my first big adventure was going to Atlantic City in 1980 and winning that first competition. I'll never forget it. Shortly thereafter, the Miss Olympia, and needless to say, my life has never been the same since. Bodybuilding has really given me the opportunity to realize my dreams. And the fact that we live in America, if you want something bad enough, and if you work at it, you can really get it. Thank you for everything very much.
One of only 5 Miss Olympias over the years, Rachel McLeish. So who do you think, Bucks? You be the judge. Call 1-900-PUMP-IRON. 1-900-PUMP-IRON. Pick your favorites. Our 10 top contestants are coming up next. They will be pared down to 6, and then we will have the pose down. It's all coming up next as the Miss Olympia continues.
You guys got to get crazy when these gals come out here. Got to show them what an LA audience is like. Here we go.
Let's bring the top 10 finalists on the stage right now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's welcome
Okay, presenting the award, 10th place, and a check for $1,500 is Dr. Tom Dieters, editor-in-chief of Muscle and Fitness magazine. In 10th place, Sue Gaffner.
presenting the award. Let's let that get. Presenting the award in 9th place and a check for $2,000 is John Bailiff, publisher of Iron Man magazine. And in 9th place, Claudia Montemaggi.
Now presenting the award for 8th place and a check for $2,500 is Joe Bucci from the Marina Pacific Hotel. 8th place goes to Anya Schreiner.
Presenting the award to 7th place and a check for $3,000 is Bill Walbricker, president of Fidelity Federal Bank. 7th place goes to Diana Dennis.
Carl, I just want to thank you for doing such a great job, and the whole gang out here has been really terrific. Gang, give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Did a great job. tonight.
Thank you for being patient, and give those competitors a big hand.
A big round of applause. And now we're down to the final 6. To call the mandatory poses in this final round is the chairman of the IFBB Professional Committee, Wayne D'Amelia.
May we have competitors 10, 9, 8, and 7 please leave the stage. And we'd like to give these ladies one more hand as we leave our
Ladies, close ranks, please. Feet together. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn facing front. Double bicep. Side chest. Rear double bicep.
Okay, we are listening to Wayne D'Amelia call out the mandatory poses. Let's identify our top 6. Shelley Beatty, Laura Cravell, Sandy Riddell, Linda Murray, Bev Francis, and Sharon Marble have made it to the top 6. And we come back, they will be posing and they will also pose down. Stay with us for the fun part next. You are looking live at 6 world-class bodybuilders, and we are in the pose down. Mario Serene, what do you think? I think Sharon Marble in there is looking good, and I believe that Shelley Beatty, who is the second from the right, had such a strong free pose that she found her way in because she didn't do well in prejudging. So this is where they're chasing.
That's right, Joe. And at this point, when I see the 6 finalists together, I think it's going to be between Linda and Bev.
Let me identify as you see them from left to right. Sharon Marble is on the far left, but now we can see Shelley Beatty is next to her. We're going to take you downstage as these ladies pose down. There's Bev Francis. There's Linda Murray. We'll take you downstairs to Jake Steinfeld.
Okay, gang. It's time to present the award for the top 6 places in the 1991 Miss Olympia.
Presenting presenting the award for 6th place and a check for $4,000 is Andreas Colling of Vallejo Belt. And our 6th place winner is Shelley Beatty.
Presenting the award to 5th place and a check for $5,000 is Manny Duran of Morinu Tofu. 5th place goes to Sharon Marble.
getting down there presenting the award for 4th place and a check for $7,500 is Art Gutierrez from Cybex Strength Systems. And our 4th place award goes to Sandy Rydell.
Presenting the award for 3rd place and a check for $13,000 is Alan Dalphin, Richard Bizarro, and Eric Weider from Weider Health and Fitness. In 3rd place, Laura Crivel. Alan Dalphin, Richard Bizarro, and Eric Weider presenting the award.
Presenting the award to 2nd place. Folks, quiet down because you want to hear this. 2nd place and a check for $20,000 is Pete Brimkowski, president of Gold's Gym. 2nd place this year goes to New York City's Bev Francis.
And presenting the award and a check for $35,000 to the 1991 Miss Olympia is Joe Weider of Weider Health and Fitness, and Ben Weider, president of the International Federation of Bodybuilding. 1991 Miss Olympia, Linda Murray.
Bev Francis is denied one more time, and for the 2nd year in a row, Linda Murray is your Ms. Olympia. We'll be back with an interview with the champ right after this. Murray is our champion for the 2nd year in a row, and she is standing by downstairs.
Thank you very much, Joe. Linda's 2nd time. How does it feel compared to the first one?
Oh my God, it feels great. This is so much work. I had to travel all year and still be able to train and be consistent with my training. But Bev Francis gave me a run for my money this year. All these women were super, in such great shape this year.
Any doubt going in today? You were 2nd going into the competition today. Any doubt in your mind that you might come up a little short?
No, there was no doubt in my mind because I have faith in God, and He was there with me on stage the whole time. I'm very blessed, and so I felt like #1 regardless. I had a lot of faith.
Congratulations, $35,000. She's buying dinner. Up to Joe upstairs.
All right, Hugh, thank you. Mario, she is a true champion. She's a gracious champion as well.
Thank you.
Yep, she really, really represents the sport quite well. Linda Murray is our Ms. Olympia champion for 1991. And again, the sport dominated by just 5 names over 12 years. 4, Carla Dunlap, Jake Steinfeld, Hugh Millay, and Mario Celine. This is Joe Fowler. Thank you very much for watching the 1991 Ms. Olympia Championship Hotel Accommodations. This show was produced for ESPN by Pro Muscle Management Incorporated, Venice, California.